So have you ever been stuck in the messy middle in art or living? I could say I'm in one of those places right now. It's like, how do you find the way? I tell my students it's easy when it's easy, but what are you going to do when it's challenging? Are you going to quit? Sometimes the tendency is to feel like that. And, you know, when everything's going south, it's not always the easiest to, like, bolster yourself and get back out there or even stay in the artworks. But, you know, sometimes the show, it just must go on, and I'm gonna be working on these large works on paper with my paper and paint process that I teach. A smaller version of this in my class, Unleashing Creative Freedom. If you want to check that out, it's an affordable, accessible art course for you where it goes over working on paper. But I'm scaling the process here, and that's what I'll be doing in this video, just working on these mixed media works on paper and, you know, talking it out and finding the way through, because sometimes that's all we can really do. Haruki Murakami has been quoted to say, "Such wounds to the heart will probably never heal, but we cannot simply sit and stare at our wounds forever." My spiritual teachers taught me how to sit with myself and really look. Of course, I've still made plenty of mistakes since I stepped onto the healing path over 2 decades ago now. You know, it's never always perfect. It's definitely a practice. But through art, we will find our way. And through learning to speak our truths and open our hearts wider and dare to look at the wounds, we can learn how to heal through the process of it all. To me, art is more than one thing. It's the way you string a sentence together. It's the way you laugh. It's the way you dance. So wild and free. It's creativity. It's happiness, but sometimes it's also sad. It's allowing ourselves to be here all now, fully, in this present moment. It's not the easiest thing to do. I'm really interested in teaching how to separate out the art process from the art product. So many things focus on the external rewards, and I've received plenty of those. But it's really about that internal journey and the art process that I gain a lot of strength and inner resilience, and I've learned to connect the places and spaces, open up more emotionality, and bring in the energetic. And the intuitive has always been super visceral and abstract, and here with my soul. It's just the nature of my being. So I want to honor that and talk more about that moving forward in this year and what it means for me as an artist and creative and creator. Because it is, after all, is my art, and it is my life that I've lived, and all these experiences have given me some kind of glimpse into the other sides of things. And it hasn't always been perfect, and I've definitely made plenty of mistakes. But you know, through the tears and through the years, I just returned to the paint and the prose and the color, line, shape, and form. And our journeys are different and so individual, and I always tell my students this, because it's important, because I know when I started, I used to judge where I was because I wasn't where I, quote, wanted to be, but I had to learn to accept fully that I was where I was, you know. So over the years in art making, I really learned what that means for myself, and dare to share that forward in hopes that it may help somebody else. so they don't have to be so hard on themselves, and they can open just a little bit wider, and they can, create anyway despite the challenges and circumstances. Because to me, art making is a way we can move through these times. Through art, we will find our way. It's true. Because art teaches us to breathe new life into being, to open up the clear seeing, to honor the magic and mystery, and bring back creation's dreaming. The heart of awareness, to get to the heart of the matter, and to learn to express it all in color, line, shape, and form, but also to be reborn into the process of the divine dance. Learning to celebrate it all is, not the easiest thing to do. And of course, art can have its challenges too, because when we're growing through anything, there's growing pains. That doesn't go away. Maybe it gets more manageable, but depending on the day, we can still crash and burn. But the great thing about rising through the fires of creation herself, we learn to see with new eyes and spiral back around, out, and move out from that center of awareness again and again. And the journey is still the journey, but it's different. We have a little bit maybe more awareness. Maybe we don't fall into those craters and landmines. We learn to trust our voice and our heart and our spirit and show up in the fullness of it. Thank you to my teachers for teaching me that. I didn't always see it, and some days when it's really hard, sometimes I still lose my way. So we all need each other, and we all can learn that we're all just trying to learn how to be here now and love and make our art and our creativity and learn to celebrate the differences. Not the easiest thing to do. But art, in the end, does help us through and helps us learn to see that the process of it all is just about learning to be more fully with all of it. And that is powerful, and it is healing, and it excites me, and that is why I am here to tell the story.